Hi everyone. I hope everyone is having a good day. I come to let you know about the book that I finished like days ago. I finished that I Did It My Way, the book that I told you that I was reading on my Kindle. It was very light book. I think it was 100 and some pages, and I was so happy, so excited to be done with the book. I was like, yes, I finished. So that was a big accomplishment for me. Um, okay, I'm here waiting for my babies to pick them up. Okay, so what my thoughts? Okay, you can go ahead and read it. It's a free book, and she has more books. Um, that I will be reading another one, which is a short book. I Did It My Way. It's a nice book. It's a nice read. It's about this lady. She's married with 2 kids and a husband. And before she passed away, her relationship with her husband, it was troubling. But nobody knew because, they were kind of like, they didn't want everybody to find out what was going on in the house and so. So it was to the point that they probably was thinking of getting divorced. And, the 2 kids were just in their own world or whatever. Well, long story short, she went for a procedure at the hospital. And the next thing you know, something went wrong and she ended up dying. So she is in heaven and Jesus is showing her like a movie of her life since she was a little kid. She went to Sunday school and all that kind of stuff. But the main thing was that she had the opportunity, it was presented to her about Jesus and how to get to know him and how to know that there is a God. That it was presented to her so many ways, and she just blew it off. Like she didn't want to be bothered and all that kind of stuff. And Jesus showed her all the stuff, and I was like, oh my goodness. It was a little at the beginning. It was a little like I want to know more what's going on, and I know it's a book and it's not a real, I can say, because we don't know what exactly happened unless you went to heaven, went through it, and God said it's not time for you to I don't know why it got dark on my phone, but it's not time for you to die or something. I don't know. So, but it make you second question yourself, like, oh my goodness, did I miss something? Did I do something wrong? So that was me every time I was reading the book. But the only thing I didn't like about this book is that it left me hanging. Like, so what happened with her? Like, it ended up like the last few chapters, it was about her funeral and how her son got saved through a little paper flyer that someone gave to her on the street about, do you know Jesus? Do you want to be saved? All kind of stuff. The little flyers that sometimes people hand up. And she just put it in her purse. And her son had to have it all going through people stuff and taking change, money, whatever. So he ended up getting the paper, and he got he wanted to know more about what was that about. So long story short, he got saved, and he was talking about Jesus at her funeral, and a lot of people didn't like her funeral because they didn't believe in Jesus. So especially the dad, he was like against that. So Jesus showed her that, and she was like, wow, I didn't know. So it was so much. But that was the last thing about her funeral. And then that's it. And I was like, so what happened? Did she stay in hell? Did she stay in heaven? Did she went to hell? Like, because in Jesus' eyes, she literally did not accept him as a savior and a believer. So Jesus Christ. And I don't know. So that's exactly how I was like, so what happened? So, hello. Second part? Yeah. So it was a good book. It was a good book. But it let me hang it. So I would give her, out of 10 star, I would give it about a 7. Yeah. Just because of that. Like, come on. You need to end up the book better than that. So I encourage you, if you want to read it, just to be curious, go ahead and get it. I did it my way. And I think I show a picture of it here with you guys. So yeah. I will be reading another book. I'm probably gonna show you guys a picture of the book that I will be reading. I try to do the book club for the library, and the title is Every Time I Go on Vacation Someone's Died. I start listening in the audiobook because it's a very thick book. I couldn't continue. They had some language in there that I was like not comfortable with it. So I do not recommend the book at all. So I'm gonna let them know in the library, hey, this it wasn't my favorite. So I'm not doing that. I prefer more Christian fiction. When you get a Christian fiction book, then think about me. But this book is not gonna cut it. So I stopped reading it. I started listening to it. I said I waste my credit because I had a credit on Kindle. So they give you a credit once a month. So I had to wait for the next month if I want to listen to a different book. So that's the few changes I'm doing. I'm listening to book or reading small books, and it seems like it's helping. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, that's it, my lovely friends. I hope you have a blessed rest of the week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.